time to sharpen the blades. Now, as you know, I've been in a category B prison, and I got a chance to use a lot of the techniques that I practice in, a lot of the techniques I see from other martial arts systems with some very big guys. Now, today we're going to be looking at a thing called the jam. The jam is, imagine somebody's going to jab and then they're going to cross. Okay, so they jab and they cross. The whole point of the jam is to go in and anticipate, so you grab the jab and you stop the block. Okay, this is a jab, this is a cross. So as the jab comes in, I grab this one and I also jam at the back. So I'm doing essentially two movements. Okay, it's a gross motor skill, works very well. Now, what I found that works really well with this, in a lot of systems like JKD, they do a lot of this. They grab and they go into very nice 2 elbow strikes. But I found for quickness from 1 to 2. Okay, so you go 1, 2, 3. So essentially, you're grabbing the jab and you're stopping the cross. You're coming straight in up the center and you're elbowing into the face, and then you'll come up with the second elbow, which is, it landed in most cases, I tried it, ran at the armpit, okay, because I'm moving in close quarter. Don't forget, you're overwhelming your opponent here, you're anticipating, and you're getting yourself quite in close. So you're missing his main fist, you're catching it, and then you're getting a little bit close. So at that range, I tended to find that the lead elbow strike was the best one. I mean, say, you know, I also found the shin kick, so from here, straight through the shin kick. Although you can't see it, you know that shin kick I like to do. So from here, straight through the shin kick, that's fantastic. But you want to keep the complicated stuff for your practice. So what I mean is, I've got the guy coming at me. Right, I've just gone 1, 2, 3. Sure, I could have gone 1, 2, 3. Okay, then you've got all these other moves. You've got 1, 2, 3. Then you can go into this. Inside, coming around, and all these fancy strikes that you got. You know, all this stuff that you can do looks fantastic. But in reality, we want to keep it very simple. Don't forget, psychology says, as I always bang on about psychology, it's the first 2 seconds. That's been proven in all studies of fighting. It's the first 2 seconds that are the most important, where you're going to survive. Now, also, you've got to remember the torque. When you deliver torque, you're delivering it from your hip. It's a swivel of the hip. In traditional karate, they're very strong on this, which is fantastic. But I don't see it in a lot of modern systems. They don't seem to bother with it. Now, it is something that you want to get into practice, because it becomes part of you. Look, I mean, I watched some Wing Chun this morning, and they're saying when a block comes through, okay, if you go in at this angle, right, to block, so the punch is coming over here and I block, I must have my fist in that position. Look, that's all well and good when you're on a wooden dummy or you're practicing nice and slow. When you're doing a gross motor skill, who really cares if your fist is in that position, so long as you deflect and you hit at the same time, okay? That's what you're trying to do. So, I'll show you what I mean, okay? Imagine I've jammed. I've elbowed, and I'm loading this fist. It's not down here in the traditional karate stance or here, okay? It's just up here, and I'm coming through. I want to snap. Whoa. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a nice, see? That is where the power comes. So everything you do, you want to make sure that it snaps. See that? Okay. Okay. This is Prince, UK Self-Defense Green. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow.